It's estimated that 8 in every 10 grade 4 children in South Africa cannot read with understanding. And that's why, as part of the 2030 Reading Panel initiative, a group of experts and civil society leaders have joined forces to tackle illiteracy one child at a time. Well, it was established by former Deputy President Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka, and the panel consists of 19 members. It includes Anglican Archbishop Thabo Makgoba, who joins us now via Zoom. Your Grace, thank you so much for joining us. I didn't realize that 78% of grade 4 children, which makes them around 10 years old, cannot read with any meaning in any of these South African languages. That's astronomically high.
Annika, thank you so much for having me on this program, and particularly raising this, which is very close to my heart. And prior to your program, listening to parents really pulling their hair, wanting their children to be at school. Indeed, the PELS study of 2016, it does indicate that 8 out of 10 South African children cannot read for any meaning in any of the 11 languages, which is very, very, very disconcerting and worrying, because that is a moral issue, that is a political issue, that is a personal issue, and that is also a funding issue. So we cannot have children who can't read, nor comprehend, nor understand the world in which they live.
Your Grace, why has this happened? Surely it's an indictment on the basic education department. I know you don't want to get into a political spat, but where are we failing our children?
The PELS, which is the Progressive Interview Reading Literacy Study, and under South Africa is conducted under the Center for Evaluation Assessment, which is also supported by the Department of Education, realizes that there is a major problem. And in reading, Annika, just wearing my previous hat as a teacher of teachers, involves a number of steps. I remember as an Alex boy, the first time I read that Benny and Betty, and I could stitch 2 words together, and they made meaning, they told stories. My world was opened. And then maybe what we need to do is, in this assessment, and these percentages are reflecting the teachers, and are reflecting the children, and are reflecting the parents. We just need to stimulate our children, whether it is through art, drama, stories, get them to understand word and text skills, get them just to value that in one word there's a pregnant of meaning. So it's a whole host of things. Yes, it is the education system. Yes, it is how teachers instruct those children and teach them the basics in reading. And it is how we at home, in our churches, schools, and mosques, contribute or not contribute to the beauty in appreciating words and making meaning and comprehending those meaning and creating a story in the children's lives.
I remember Betty and Benny, and I think they had a dog called Spot.
Yes.
Oh, gosh,
exactly,
no,
Annika. Those are the things I'm talking about. Yes.
Arch, what can you do to really, as you say, one child at a time, to try and raise the literacy rate, and, as you say, open the window to the world to these children who can't read with any meaning?
Annika, I mean, my home, I grew up in Alexander Township and Soweto, lived in Queenstown, Grahamstown, now in Cape Town. But I will go back to Makgoba's Kloof, and there's a school there called Appel Combined School. And I hope that I will dedicate to reading stories to children, using the context of farms and avocados and trees and rivers and ravines in Makgoba's Kloof, just to encourage the children to increase their vocabulary, maybe talking to teachers that when you teach us those vowels and sounds and consonants, it's not just about rehearsing R, A, E, or U, but just tell me that you're giving the basics of reading, and one day a combination of these vowels and consonants, they give a word. And this word is going to make you a great business person, a great preacher, a great presenter like Anika, a great journalist. You know, there's a link missing. We just say these are just R, A, E, or U vowels, and they recite them, and they don't know what they're reciting for. So I think at a personal level, I will read stories to children, and I will tell them how when I read Chunky Charlie and She, when I was a young boy in Alexander, how they created a revolution within me. And I'm still excited about reading now. And I hope that every parent, you don't need to be educated, every parent can just make children to love word and to read for meaning and to increase their vocabulary. And just to say, those words are not just for talking. Those words open a whole host of things. And I pray that also our government can really set aside a huge funding to promote literacy for those children.
Thank you so much, Your Grace. That's Anglican Archbishop Thabo Makgoba. I think those children are going to be very lucky, and I think we too, as ordinary citizens, can all help children to read.